Where's my...
Those some fly kicks.
Thank you. This is the first, not even kidding, first pair of shoes I've ever bought in my life. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I got them like a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. I got them for $50. They're a little messy right now, but $50. And then I got a little what's the word I'm looking for? A little off because I work at the place. Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
Wait, now what do you do?
So I do a few things. Besides my part-time The Voice thing, mm-hmm. I do part-time at the stadium, at Gillette Stadium.
Okay.
That's kind of winded down a lot lately because I had two buddies that three of us worked together there. Mm-hmm. One of us got in a car crash, so his car got totaled, and the other one quit because technically he was accidentally fired. In the system, they were like, fired, and they're like, oh, sorry, hey, we accidentally fired you. Yeah. And he was like, oh, well, I don't want to come back anyway. And then he went to Domino's and makes crazy money there.
Oh, well, good for him.
What's been going on with, like, you and music lately? I know you used to do a lot of music. I don't know if you've been up to anything lately.
We actually haven't, but my wife, I got married yesterday.
Yes, I know, yes.
My wife and I are... we've both been wanting to get back into music again. We were in a band together for quite a few years, and that's actually how we got like close and our relationship developed. And we both really want to get back into playing and recording and doing what we do.
That's really cool.
Are we recording now?
I mean, yeah, it's running.
Okay, right.
But like I just hit it.
I don't want to say anything that's like gold and then.
Oh no, it's good. Cold open. I just let it go and then cut out the part where we were just talking at the beginning or whatever. I don't know. As of now, I don't really have a format for this. You know, I've done this. This is technically my fourth time. Mm-hmm. My first time I did it with a group of friends from Durfee. We're also really close, so we get together all the time. We got to one of my friends' basements. And we just talked. It's on a separate channel from my usual one. Yeah. It's one that we are all planning on doing together, but it's very rare that we all have footage or anything like that. Yeah. So we had that. Second time I did it with me and my brother, we just sat here around this microphone and we're like, let's just talk about stuff. And that's up somewhere. That's up on my regular channel. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, I've wanted to do it more. I just don't know how to get people, open or talking.
I have a question.
Yeah. Good.
And an invitation. So, would you be interested in talking to my players while they're in character at an event?
Yeah.
Like,
the thing that the only problem that I always have with this kind of stuff, because every time I see you posting about this shit, I'm like, oh, I want to go so bad. Mm. I've been working on getting my confidence up for like vehicles and shit.
Yeah. I
have had a horrible crippling fear of vehicles for like years.
I think you may have mentioned that.
Yeah, probably a while back.
Yeah,
but yeah. I've been in a couple accidents in my life, mm-hmm. and then I'm gonna cut this part out real quick. And I practiced driving like twice in the years, like my entire life so far. Mm-hmm. And the second time, I was right outside my house. It's a big U mm-hmm. come in and out, and my dad's like, "Oh, just get in the car and try it." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot." I got all the way around. I got to the U. Mm-hmm. I got to the end of the U, and I just flush white. And my dad's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I think I'm going to throw up. I don't think I could do this. Yeah. And then he's like, no, you're fine. I waited for it to go clear, and I did it, and I got out of the car. I was like, okay, I'm good. I wouldn't throw up.
I mean, so, all right. Well, if you want to, you don't need to drive there. You can ride up with me if you want.
I'd be completely cool.
As long as you're cool with being there for the weekend.
Yeah, I don't mind.
But it's the most fun.
Yeah, I'd love to do it. Nothing makes me happier than like just art in general. Mm-hmm. Whether it's, TV, movie, video games, books, anything. Any type of artistic freedom has always made me just, like, genuinely happy mm-hmm. in any regard. Just a smile on my face the whole time. And that's always been, like, ever since you started talking about it, I was like, God, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah. You got to come out to it. You'll have a blast.
Yeah.
Now, you said that one of your episodes was with your group of friends. I have to ask, was one of your friends Brayton?
He wasn't there for that, no. But I do hang out with him regularly.
Yeah, I see that
all the time.
So
Brayton's a very good friend of mine.
Do you know my past with Brayton?
I thought you guys were related somehow, right?
So, like by law, my father was married to one of his aunts. So, like extended. But what's really funny is I see him everywhere. Like he'll like pop into my work, or I'll like be shopping and I'll like come across him. Like it's like. way more often than anyone else I know. Like, I just, like, happen to see him places, so... if he ends up hearing this, I'm not stalking you, you're stalking me.
I'm sure he'll take a look at this. I gotta have him on here at some point. Yeah. But he's an awesome friend. I love him. Yeah. I've been lucky enough that ever since I hit high school, I was just saying this to my mother on the way over here. I've worked extremely hard on making sure I surround myself with the best people I can possibly like do it with.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, sometimes I feel like my friends can be even like more family than family sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's I'm so lucky to have the people that I have, and it's been great. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's heartwarming.
Yeah.
I agree though. Like with the Blessing community too. Like my very close friends have been with me from the beginning. Like, you know, as I was writing it and stressing out and trying to figure out how to make it happen.
Yeah.
And then all the more friends, like each game weekend we have like 130 people between players and staff and stuff. Pardon. And it feels awesome to just like be able to like look out at the group and see folks having fun, and then like a few seconds later they're killing each other, and then a few seconds later they're like, well, we got to fight that monster, and then you know, 12 o'clock on Sunday, game off, everyone's just like patting each other on the back. Oh, I can't believe you shot me back there. Oh, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And that community, that friendship is like so strong. It's such a potent, like...
I always love that, you know, when you get to... Whenever you find a community, whether it's like online or, in person or anything like that, and they have that sense of camaraderie, is always like a fucking awesome feeling.
Yeah.
I remember when I was, I think it was like late high school. No, it was more like junior year. Mm-hmm. From junior year to my first year of college, I was extremely active on this, the BioWare forum, and and this other like unofficial BioWare forum site. I still check in every now and then. I became really good friends with the people there, and just talk to them every single day. And be like, good morning, hey, how's everybody doing? And it was my first time trying like role play like a character. It was kind of like D&D, except not exactly the same, because it was all like written in forums. It was like somebody writes their block of the story, and then the next you write your block of the story, and I was like, this is the coolest shit ever.
That's funny. Actually, I think high school, like later high school, is when I first started like dabbling in that too. Yeah. And it was some like chat room Dungeons and Dragons thing, and it was horrible, but it was cool at the time. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then I played my first tabletop session, and there's no coming back once you do.
Yeah, I've done a couple of the tabletop sessions. I did that one time with you. That was a lot of fun. I was obviously I came into the middle out of nowhere, and that was the only time I really went. But it was I liked it a lot. I love watching you guys just get into your shit. It was cool to me. I've done a couple outside of that, but it was never like real. It was I've done a few where I've DM'd kind of, but I don't know necessarily how to play D&D or like the rules or anything. So I just go like, let's just do a narrative fun story with my friends. That's pretty much what we do. And I'll write like a bare bones synopsis. Yeah. And then from there I'll just explore. And a few of my friends have expressed interest in doing it again. I'm just like, I'm always open. Yeah. My availability, as soon as 2 o'clock hits, I'm usually like completely free. Most of the year. Right now, I'm free usually like around like 11 a.m. because my hours are like really low right now. Yeah. But latest I'll work is 2 p.m. because the only shifts available for my position are 7 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. Just in, do your work, get out, and that's pretty much it. That's all I've been doing.
So you're saying that you're free this evening?
I am always free.
You should come to... well, not this evening, actually. We're playing... Jake, actually. Jake Biera.
Yes.
Yeah, you've done voice work.
Yeah, I did.
For a game that we played, which was awesome.
You liked it?
It was awesome. Yes, it was the coolest ending of like a tabletop game ever, because we got like this like... you had recorded multiple outcomes and possible things and stuff. It was very like Fallout New Vegas.
I gave it like a kind of... I was aiming for like a Ron Perlman, Sam Elliott with the voice, and I feel like I got it pretty well, and I was super excited.
Yeah, no, it was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, should I monitor my language?
You can swear as much as you want. Cool. I myself swear constantly without remorse, so you go right ahead.
But yeah, that was awesome. So next Thursday, you should come play. We're have you ever heard of the Fate system? It's a type of tabletop gaming that's less. It has less rules than D&D. I love D&D. I love 5e. It's absolutely great.
Yeah.
But Fate is more focused on like quick paced storytelling, which 5e does a really good job as well. But it's a colonial frontier setting with like. Cool. Like fairy tale horror.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds dope.
It's a lot of fun.
That sounds really cool.
So next Thursday, come to my home and play it.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I'd love to.
But what was I saying? I don't know. Rogue thought. My brain just.
Oh, it's fine. Hey, listen. That was pretty much the thought. That's what it sounded like. But yeah, that reminds me. Have you tried Greedfall at all? It's a game that came out recently.
So I haven't played it. However, I've read.
The entire synopsis?
Yeah.
You go on Wikipedia, read the whole thing?
Yeah,
That's what I do for movies I haven't seen.
Look at all of like the artwork and stuff.
Dude.
It's
so good.
It's actually
so good.
It's actually what inspired the tabletop game that I'm running right now.
Yeah.
My attention span is horrible. So when it comes to
my memory's trash, so I feel that.
When it comes to starting like a new video game, I have a really hard time. Like I got Red Dead Redemption 2. I loved Red Dead Redemption 1. And when I was playing 2, I was like, wow, this is amazing. There's so much to do. And I just put the controller down because there's too much to do. Like, there's just...
Yeah, that's me right now with Death Stranding. I bought it. It's not even that there's, like, too much to do. It's a pretty straightforward premise. You're just kind of, like, walking places. But it's just, like, it's so long. And I've enjoyed it so far. But I'm like, I have a back catalog of extreme proportions. That I'm just like, I got to take a break and just play 10 million other things first.
Yeah, it's kind of bad actually for me lately. Like when it comes to video games, I'll get a new game, I'll be really excited, I'll go to play it.
Yeah.
And especially with RPGs, like, okay, so let me rephrase this. Aside from Skyrim, because I'm playing it again because it's winter.
I started playing it the other day too.
Because it's winter and that's what you do. There's been like the last few games that have like come out, I'll like play and I'll be like, all right, well. I'll play a couple rounds of Overwatch instead, because I get that quick fix of like
my my girlfriend. She had like never really played video games before, and so for the longest time she was like watching me play, and I was like, why don't you like try some video games? You might like it. So I got her on my PS3, and I started her off with Dragon Age Origins. She liked it a lot. She played Dragon Age 2, got through Inquisition, and she was like, it's too much. All right, yeah, no problem. So she's like, let me try Overwatch. And she has not stopped playing Overwatch since, and she only plays Overwatch. She went and bought a PS4 Pro just to play Overwatch. Awesome. And I was like, listen, when we were buying it, I was like, Rachel. They're like, oh no, we're all out of regular PS4s. We have the Pro though. I was like, Rachel, listen. Give me the PS4 Pro. I'll give you my PS4. I was like, just come on, you're only gonna use it for Overwatch. She's like, no, fuck you. And she bought the PS4 Pro, and she still has it. I'm like, you son of a bitch, give it to me.
Who does she main?
She likes. I know she likes Diva. She likes Mercy. She likes Ash, and I think she likes Widow too. And no offense, Rachel, if you're watching this, you're really bad at Widow, and she knows that she is. You just got to work on it.
It's hard to be Widow on console.
Widow, I remember when I first played the game, the first character I played as ever, I was like, Zenyatta looks really cool. I'm gonna make the fuck out of Zenyatta. And then I played one match, I got my ass beat, and I was like, okay, Widowmaker it is. Yeah. And I played a lot as Widowmaker, and I thought it was pretty good. And then I got on Reinhardt, and from then on, I've just mained Reinhardt. I have like 100 and I can't even tell you how many hours I have into Reinhardt right now, but he's my biggest main.
I get really frustrated playing like the classic like team and competitive and stuff.
Yeah.
Because your team never does what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
So I just play deathmatch and I love it because
I get fun.
you can get like 3 or 5 games in like a half hour.
Yeah.
You get your loot box and it gives you that adrenaline or dopamine rush. Yeah. And you're like, all right, cool. I don't have to play games for another week. Wonderful. But I used to actually, because you used to McCree main.
I did for a little while.
And I used to like hate when I had McCrees on my team because very rarely do you get a good person that can aim on a console.
I've always been really good with like McCree's one of the.
I'm not usually. Main now.
I'm not great at sniping.
Yeah.
Necessarily, like in most games, sniping is like kind of rough for me. But McCree, I was a fucking crack shot. Like, crack me left and right. It's awesome.
I'm McCree main now.
Awesome.
In deathmatch.
He's so good. He's so good.
He is.
So much fun.
I really like McCree. I love Hanzo. Hanzo's my like.
I so bad with Hanzo. I wish I was good with Hanzo.
I really fucked myself up because like most of the characters I used aside from McCree have like a delay on their shooting. So like Junkrat's my like if I'm losing I'll switch to Junkrat and just obliterate or pat myself on the back obliterate. I'm not great at the game at all. Or Hanzo because like delayed shot. Yeah. But like I'll go to play someone that's a hit scan? Is that what it's referred to?
Yeah,
I'll go play
McCree's hit scan.
And my aim's all over the place, and I'm like a mess. I'm okay with McCree because I'm like used to him, but like Soldier, who's like supposed to, he's Call of Duty man.
Yeah.
I can't.
They is that like you used to not be able to, or now you can't with Soldier, or cause I know they changed him at some point. And they made his like spread worse.
Oh, I didn't know that. So maybe that's why then.
That's one thing.
So I was never good with him. But I think since playing mostly Hanzo, mostly Junkrat, my aim with everyone else is just absolute trash. Yeah. Like, it's just gone out the window.
I remember besides like Reinhardt, like when I first started, like I don't usually in any game really that's like MOBA or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I don't play damage dealers because I have this tendency to like run in and just get myself killed. Mm-hmm. So I like playing as tanks because I run in and I do the slaughtering. But I also help my teammates, and I'm always really good at that. That's why I play the living fuck out of Smite every day. And I love playing the big, beefy characters that take all the damage, because I'm like, but I always know how to build them just right. So I'm like, you fucked me up, but I'm going to kill you.
I like Zarya for that reason, actually.
I'm not good at Zarya. Like I said, I play tanks, and so I'm like, I got to play every tank and get good at them. And Zarya, for some reason, I just suck. I'm so bad. It's so bad.
I'm pretty good with her. Like I'll do like team deathmatch and stuff as well, and I can keep my gun at like a nice 75% the whole game. Yeah, and you just melt people with that.
At first, I didn't know necessarily how she worked, so I was like extra bad. But I found out how she worked, and I got like better. But I wouldn't even say that I'm good. I'm just
I will never say I'm good at Overwatch. Yeah. If I was to like get my ranking for like competitive, I'd probably be like low gold.
My highest rank, I think it was like medium platinum.
That's much better than I can.
I was in gold for so long, and I was playing like every day. Like I just want to get out of this. Please let me out. It's like a prison. But I got out, and finally I was like, yes. And then the season ended, and then next season put me back in gold. And I was like, I never want to play again. Yeah. I remember when I was first starting to play. I used to play a lot of Junkrat, and I was really good at them. And now I'm not as good at them. I remember seeing you on like Facebook or Instagram or something, and I think at the time you were just like having a rough time against Junkrats or something. And you were like, "Fuck everybody who plays Junkrat, you guys suck."
That sounds like me. So like I'm a pretty PC person. I try to not hurt people's feelings. It's good that I don't play with a headset on Overwatch because that game, while it like gives me like these really high highs, it's
the lowest of lows.
It gets me so frustrated. Yeah. And like whatever character, so like if it's a Widow that kills me, I'm like every fact I know about France, I just shit on. Or if it's a Reinhardt, he's from Germany. Where's he from?
Yeah, Germany.
He's the worst German you can think of.
Yeah.
Well, not that one, but the second worst.
Second worst. He's real close.
Yeah.
Almost.
Or like if it's McCree, I'm like shitting on him for being a Klansman. Yeah. But like things I would never say to another human being. Yeah. The game just evokes so much rage.
There are very few games that do that to me. One is any Call of Duty game, and the second one is Overwatch. Those games just shred me to pieces, and I can't. I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna die. Then I'm just gonna waste away here. Sorry, I can't.
On the opposite end of that spectrum, I've never gotten angry at a D&D game. I'll be like, "Wow, this sucks." Yeah. But it's never a situation where it's just like you're so pissed. I think you have less control over the situation, so like it severs that like I don't know that anger.
I got a great story about D&D that like. That was just anger like that. Not from me. I made somebody else really mad.
Nice. Were you the DM?
No, I was. I joined in the story like I don't know, like probably like either halfway or like 3/4 way through the story. They're getting real close to the end, and the entire time I'm like, I'm like playing both sides. So basically, it was I don't know if you ever like read the story of Divinity: Original Sin 1
I actually
or 2.
played the first one for a bit.
So I beat both of them, and in the second one, a big part of the story is only one of you can become the god. Like, so basically, that was the story. At the end, only one of us could become a god, and I really wasn't caring to get it. But the other two guys were. I'm already talking about the story, so you guys know who this is going to be. It's Darren Levesque. I don't know if...
I remember him, yeah.
And Louis Cabral.
Wolfie? Was that his nickname? No, that's a different Louis.
I don't know, maybe.
There's too many names.
Louis Cabral. He likes Napoleon a lot. He used to talk about politics a lot.
Do you wear a suit all the time?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I remember him.
So him.
He's a good human.
Yes. Him and our DM was Alex O'Reek. I don't know if you remember him.
I remember Alex.
Yes.
These are all great people.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're still alive.
So we're all playing together. And basically, we're real close to the end. Like, oh, we gotta fight the bad guy. Fight the bad guy. So basically, we're fighting the bad guy, and they beat him. Lewis is like this close to dying. He's got the amount of health left. And basically, the entire time throughout since I joined, I've been whispering to Darren like, "Hey, you should take him out at the end. Take the crown for yourself. Don't let him get you. Like he'll get you before you get him." And then like they beat the bad guy, and right at the end, Darren's like, "I want to fucking kill him," and then he fucking like shanks him in the stomach, takes the crown, and wins. And I'm like behind them, like, yes, yes. And then I think I like made like some kind of pact with like the evil forces or whatever, and I was like, okay, and for my finishing thing, I'd like to destroy everything. And then basically after Darren fucking assassinated Lewis and took the crown for himself, Lewis got like so pissed he got up and left and didn't come back.
He's still mad to this day.
I love you, Lewis. I'm sorry. And the whole time I was like, yes, Darren, don't let him get the crown. You don't let him become a god. That's you. You want to do that.
Wow.
I was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Oh. Happy ending in your character.
Yes, it was great. Yes, the Dark Lord was pleased. Oh man, it was great. It was so much fun.
Tabletop storytelling. It's my second favorite format of storytelling.
Yeah.
LARPing obviously is my favorite. It's it really just like takes it to the next level. There's like that hurdle of that you have to get over of like you have to be aware and okay with being a complete fucking nerd. Like there's no coming back once you do, but like you don't want to, because at that point it's just like I fought that monster.
Hell
and like somebody filming you would see you like horribly like swinging your stick around, but in your head you're like, I'm killing this monster, and you're feeling it happen, and cool things are occurring.
Yeah, man.
And something that I'm actually so I work at LARPbox now as well. One of my 4 jobs.
I think I saw you post something about that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm there every weekend. Folks want to go 7 Depot Street in Grafton, Massachusetts. Pop in.
There you go.
Wear a costume, get 10% off.
Ooh. So what is it that you do there?
I'm all right. So I love it because I go there and I'm essentially just like a shopkeep. But like,
oh, that's cool.
I'll go in. I'll usually like wear like my gambeson. I'll have like some like costume pieces and accessories on and stuff. And my favorite part of the day is like we'll have like some like Witcher music on in the background, and I'll be like sweeping up the shop, and there's like potions and swords and shields on the wall, and somebody will come in and I'll be like, hello adventurer, welcome to LARPbox.
That's sweet.
And I'll ask them what adventures they've been on, what worlds they're going to and stuff, and then helping people like outfit themselves to go fight.
You'd be like in Skyrim, they come up to you and be like, yeah, hear any news lately or something like that?
Yeah, I should start doing that. I should start like find out what game they're from, just being like, oh, I heard a rumor about
that sounds fucking so sweet, man.
It's cool.
That sounds like the coolest thing of all time.
The owner is a really cool guy. He's like quickly becoming like one of my like closest friends in like the LARP community.
That's awesome.
And he's just a cool dude in general. He's looking to expand the store. I'm trying to convince him to come to the South Coast.
Yeah.
Another friend of mine just bought or is in the process of buying 3 mills.
Wow.
And
that's a lot of land.
and he's looking to do a lot of cool stuff. And what I'm hoping one of those cool stuffs will be is a location where people can, participate in tabletop storytelling, as well as physical role playing and escape room style media creation. So like situations like this, like I want a space where people can go and like, hey, I don't have the space, and not everyone has this awesome room, but like for someone that wants to create something, they can go there and book a time slot and record some cool stuff, and get their creativity on. Because
that'd be so cool. You have my mind turning for a second. It'll be really, really cool. Like basically kind of what you said. You know how there's like Lasergate down there? Imagine like that, but for like LARP and shit.
That's the goal. That's literally the goal. So I started my company, Sanctum World Simulations, to present my game, obviously, but also to give other storytellers and game runners an opportunity to like do a single day event. Or like, I want to beta test my game, and we've worked with games like Cloak and Dagger. We did an Avatar: The Last Airbender inspired day, and it was a lot of fun, and it was cool. We used a parkour space, Amp Academy, for it, sweet. And it just works really well to get people moving and socializing. One of like the best parts of gamified storytelling is it's a lot easier to have a conversation with someone when like you're the wizard talking to the orc versus the nerd talking to whoever. That kind of like suspension of everyday life, like it makes socializing and like bonding with other humans really easy, kind of second nature. And I want to push for that environment to be something that people are like used to and getting real world value out of.
Hey man, listen. I remember when you like first like announced that you were like doing this kind of thing. I know that like obviously like I was like your student and all that shit. I was never like, oh, you're like your best friend or anything like that. But as soon as you announced that shit, I was like, that is fucking awesome, and I'm proud of you for that, man. And like you've been doing all this shit, and I obviously I'm seeing it on Facebook and all that. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And like
thanks so much.
Everything about that is sick. That's sweet.
It's I wouldn't have guessed that this would be what my like career would be turning into as like a 12-year-old. It's exactly what I would have wanted.
Oh yeah, I know. But like that's why I was like saying I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's exactly what you wanted, and I always pictured you as that person.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. No problem.
And like hashtag blessed, because it's literally like the best people I know working together to draw more cool people together. And it's like that's the life right there, man. That sounds like that's the coolest shit you could possibly be doing. It's what Earth needs more of. Like, we need more creative folks just like saying like, fuck it, I'm gonna create a business that
just make create and all that shit. That's like I love it. And I recently where's my phone at? I gotta so we keep talking at the same time, but I have a friend of mine, I don't know if you knew her, Alyssa Viveris. I don't know if she was an art student.
Sounds familiar.
I don't know if she never mentioned specifically if she had you or anything. But I commissioned her to make me some art because I like supporting my friends and all that. She made me some channel art right now. She worked on, and that's that right there.
That's awesome.
Obviously, my beard isn't necessarily that big, but that's sick. I love really that shit. And she's gonna be sending it to me soon. I'll show the camera later. I'll post a picture. I'll put a picture of it if I can or something. We'll see.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, art is the greatest thing in any creativity, anything, man. That is the life that I want to live, and
it's the life we have to live. Because especially with like automation being how physical jobs are going to go. If you don't have that creative outlet, you're not gonna have a way of like getting your energy out. You're gonna explode.
Now on top of that, it's like you said, that with so much automation, like nobody's gonna have like, let's say so many people lose their jobs to like robots or something, then like what are those people gonna do? Then if you are creative enough, you'll find ways to do cool stuff like this and make the world a better, fun, awesome place at the same time, opening up jobs for yourself, other people, all that kind of shit. There's so many cool things that are like that can open from the world also getting shittier, but also getting better at the same time. Like shittier in the way as like people lose jobs or something because automation, but it gets better as in like you have this opportunity if you're creative enough to like go out there, make something.
We're gonna have more free time. Figure out
a lot. Yes, and it's coming quick.
Yes, figure out a good way to use your free time.
Get creative.
And like it's weird because the obsolete world that like we're seeing in its death throes right now.
Yeah.
The obsolete world has like kind of shit on that creative outlet and stuff, and like if
100%.
you're an artist, you're an outlier, and you have to really catch a big break to make it. And it's why is that the case?
Yeah.
Everyone should have an outlet and an opportunity to like be happy with what inspires them. And it's gonna happen, and there's no stopping it. We'll have a robot army to do all our work. And then the robots will be like, hey, I want to create a LARP. And we'll be like, shut up, robot.
And then they'll be like, you put them in chains. You're like, wait a second. They're alive.
Wait, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
And it's Lewis, angry still. He's back, and he's like, I made a robot army.
Lewis, you put your brain inside the robot, and he is the robot army.
He can do that at Blessing. Yes. You could come to Blessing and do that. You should get revenge
Lewis.
On Darren at Blessing. I will write a plot specifically for you.
Oh, man. I talked to a couple of my buddies about going. Specifically my buddy Adonis. Before he crashed his car.
Yikes.
The same dude that I worked with. I was talking to him about it, and he's like, "Oh, that sounds really interesting. I've never done anything like that before." And I'm like, telling you, you go, you'll have a great time. And obviously, I've never been, but like, I know that you guys have an amazing time doing that shit. And I was like, but sometime I was like, Adonis, me and you, we got to go sometime. And then obviously it didn't pan out, but I would love. I can't wait to go. I would love to. I want to, 100%, without a doubt. I would love to. I just gotta, make myself a costume, make myself look cool. Go.
So the benefit of it being a post-apoc game, and I say that with quotes because it's like I tell my players this, like we're a post-apoc on paper, but in reality we're like the meme apocalypse. Like we have.
Yeah, I saw some of the costumes. Some of them are fucking hilarious, and I love it. Yeah. It's so good.
So like it's not just like the world ended. It's the world ended and every sci-fi bullshit, every fantasy bullshit thing you want to happen can happen. So like, go find a way to make it happen. Yeah. Like, we just did our Zoraxmas event, which is our like anti-Christmas event. Nice. And it's a magical night, and a group of players are the Monster Girl Squad. They're pursuing Princess as an energy type, and so like I'm not gonna say no. So like
Princess has energy.
So we had an assassin unicorn from the Princess Dimension come into the game. Like if you want it to happen, it'll happen.
That's awesome.
And so like as far as like costuming is concerned, like you probably already have a character's worth of costume.
Yeah, I definitely do. Like some makeshift stuff around. I remember one of the Comic Cons I went to. I wore like a leather vest, work boots, I wore goggles, and then I was like, I'm a raider from Fallout.
There you go. And, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
So like we have different factions. So there's like the Road Kings, which are like the very Mad Max end of the spectrum. But then there's the Cupridge Co. Bunker Scouts, which are like they've lived in bunkers their whole lives, and they have like sweater vests and tennis shoes, and like they're like I'm gonna explore the world. And,
that's cool.
This year's theme is dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
Too. So like the decisions that the players made like the last 3 episodes last year, they found fossils, they brought them to the laboratories and DNA extraction and all of these things. The dinosaurs are going to be like the theme this year. So like there's going to be velociraptors everywhere. We're building giant puppets.
Nice. That's fucking cool. That's awesome.
Each year I try to set up like a theme that there's like the overarching story, and then there's like the side story, and then there's like individual player stories. Yeah. The relationships that they make with NPCs might cause X, Y, and Z to happen. Yeah. Last year's theme was the internet. So players that got a neural interlace are able to connect to the internet like the Matrix. And we turned the indoor modular spaces into we set up like LED lights and UV reactive tape and things. Nice. We have big reflective tarps. I bought a yacht tarp. It's like really 2,400 square feet of tarp, and we hang that like down from the ceiling so everything's reflective, and computer viruses will pop out, and it's like a picture that's like hot singles in your area, and there's a button on their chest, and if you touch the button, it slams shut. It's like a 3-fold poster board, and there's like a computer virus you have to fight. And that was like the theme of last year, and now it's like kind of a back burner theme. Like, players that are interested in going on the web can still do it. It's still a lot of fun. There's an entire skill tree that players are just now unlocking by going on the web, but it's already old news. Like, you can still do it, and we're going to. But now it's going to be like, there's dinosaurs around. There's some factions that are obsessed with getting their blood to make the purest oil, because that's the lesson of the year, is don't be so dependent on oil. And they're going to have to figure out why and what to do next with all these dinosaurs.
That's man, that shit's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Casting's free too, so like if you don't have costuming pieces or like the funds, just pop in for a weekend and cast and be an NPC. It's actually the best way, I think, to try out LARPing, because if you don't like it, you don't have to. You didn't waste money and have bad time. You go, we feed you, we house you for the weekend, we give you costumes, we say, hey, go beat up these players, or hey, go get killed by these players. Usually you just get killed by the players. But yeah, so definitely get your gang to like our next game is March 6th weekend, so it's a month away.
If you saying you want me to go there and like talk at some people, like I said, you want me to do that, like call me, let me know, I'll go. I'll definitely go.
That would be a lot of fun. We incorporate a lot of outside of game media into it, so like you walk into the tavern, you'll hear like music playing, and depending on what genre of music, we'll have like a radio host that's also like pre-recorded and stuff, but they'll do like interviews. So we have like a Alexander Jones who's like a play on Jones Alexander, who's a play on Alex Jones, and he's just talking about like wild conspiracies the whole time and blaming mutants for everything, and
the chemicals in the water.
The chemicals in the water are turning the peepers sterile. Peepers are a really creepy alien race that we have at the game. They're not really aliens, but they're like amphibian creatures that just go around and peep. But we have these like hosts kind of adding that layer to it. So if players are actually going in and having a sit down and getting to watch themselves in their costumes afterward, they'd be fucking pumped.
Man, that sounds like absolutely just like the best thing ever.
It's a blast.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Yeah, I've been I don't know, like I said, I've been looking forward to trying it and going out for sure. I don't know, man. I'm just looking forward to it so bad. I'm trying to think of a way to, like, make sure I wouldn't know necessarily what to do right away.
Yeah, we could write up a character for you. Like, you could be, the post-apoc version of Ethan.
Yeah.
You could be a mutant if you want. You can be a robot if you want to. You can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
And we'll give you, in-game topics to talk about.
give me a script.
Yeah. If you're available March 6th weekend, you can ride up with me that Thursday night.
Yeah.
We usually get to the camp a night early so we can like relax, and then Friday morning all the way until Sunday we're setting up. Friday night at 10 p.m. it's game on. Once it's game on, there's no game off. You can go to you can go to your cabin, you go to the parking lot to like be out of game and stuff.
Yeah.
We have a designated out of game cabin as well. For people that need to like decompress. But like you go to sleep at 2 a.m, you might get killed by a velociraptor at 4 a.m. Like, that's how the world works.
It's fucking sweet.
And everyone's exhausted and in a whole bunch of pain at the end of the weekend because they've been on their feet for way too long and they've been eating like fruit snacks instead of anything nutritious. But it's blast.
Yeah. I love it. That's awesome.
Writing for a LARP is very similar to how I write for tabletop games too. I never write like this happens and then this happens and then this will happen. I have a general idea of what I'd like to happen.
Yeah.
I throw in some puzzles or challenges, and then the player decisions decide part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
And there are some games that are very, on tracks, and that's fine. And it can work really well.
Yeah.
But for a game that's basically like we essentially just celebrate chaos.
Yeah.
I want it to feel organic. Like, I want those decisions that they're making to have an impact. And
yeah.
They might think that it's something subtle and something that doesn't matter, but like little decisions building up can lead to dinosaurs happening in the game and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think our players love it. They seem to.
I'm sure they do, man. How could you not love that? I'm not telling you. All that shit just sounds like the coolest. It sounds awesome. I don't even know. I genuinely don't know what else to say besides like, that's the fucking life. That sounds so cool.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I'm real lucky. Garrus says Mass Effect.
Oh yes, Garrus, my boy Garrus.
He's standing right over there.
I love him.
So
yes, I have a big old picture of Garrus over there. I got Thane over there on that wall. On the bottom.
Cool. I think I met the voice actor actually.
Yeah.
At Comic-Con a bit ago.
Yeah. I learned the coolest shit the other day. But obviously not really the coolest, but you know, it's pretty neat. The woman who voices Samara in Mass Effect 2, the Asari Justicar.
Yep.
That's Billie Eilish's mom.
Yeah, I just learned that too.
I learned that the other day. I was like, "What? That's fucking funny."
It makes sense how like she has kind of like spooky alien music.
Yeah.
So like, her mom's an alien.
But yeah, I've been seeing. There's been a whole lot of. So EA came out with this press release not too long ago, right? And they're like, "Hey, we plan on revisiting old franchises and continuing others. Blah blah blah. Talk about this." Also, we'd be interested in making remasters, and everybody's like, you know, and they've also is the possibility that it could be Knights of the Old Republic remastered. So the reasons behind that is apparently sometime soon, Star Wars with Disney is announcing Project Luminous, which is supposed to be a big old revamping of Star Wars. Where they're going to be in a new setting, so like 400 years before the movies.
Wait. 400 years before Clone Wars, the movies? Like those?
Before Phantom Menace. So 400 years before that.
Okay.
What?
I upset a lot of my friends. I don't think we need so much Star Wars all the time. I think that there's like some really cool things that exists. I think Mandalorian is a really good example of it. I think I don't need to be resold Star Wars. I think I feel like the more I'm hit and bombarded with it, the more I'm just like, please stop, please no more.
So I agree with that when it comes to movies. I don't mind being bombarded with video games and like
it's a game that you're talking about.
It's more than that. It's the Project Luminous thing. Yeah. It's video games, movies, TV shows.
Okay.
On all fronts, they're going full on, head on 400 years before Phantom Menace. And supposedly, because it's going to start out with a video game.
Okay.
And then they're going to build off that. That is the big rumor.
I mean, I'm going to play it. Like
same. I'm going to play it. Just give it to me, I'll play it. Anyway, the whole reason that's all a part of like the whole like Mass Effect Star Wars thing right now. Is that EA has dropped that hint of we're going to be making remasters. Casey Hudson, who's the lead director on all the Mass Effect games, is like, we are not done with Mass Effect yet. We know Andromeda hit a big bump. He wasn't there for it. That's why it hit such a big bump, because he wasn't there to lay down the law. He said, we're making it. We're going to come back. So, excuse me. It looks like they're going to remaster it from them saying, we're coming back to old franchises. We're going to start doing remasters. All this stuff, and I'm like, give me Mass Effect Remastered, and I will give you all my money. Just take it. Just take it. I want to see Shepard in high 4K. Yeah. Give me everything. Remaster everything, please. I'll take it. Just take my money. I have bought every Mass Effect game besides I own Andromeda. I've bought every one of them. I think 3 or more times each. I think 5 is the most. I've bought.
So you kept them alive during like the Battlefront drama. And
yes.
Stuff. Yeah.
So I bought Mass Effect 1. I was too young to buy it at the time, but I got it for Christmas 2007 when it came out, or 2008. I think it was 2008. I think like whenever The Walking Dead the show came out, I think it was 2011. I broke my copy of it.
Oh no!
Because I had the game in, and it was on a cutscene. I paused it, and I went to go watch the Walking Dead TV show. I come back, and it's like everything's been corrupted because since I paused it at a cutscene, it laser burned the disc, and I was like, no. Yeah. So then I bought a second copy of Mass Effect 1. Okay, couple years pass. I get a PS3 to go with my Xbox 360. Mm-hmm. I buy it for the PS3. Mm-hmm. And that's also by then Mass Effect 2 has already came out. So I have Xbox 360. I've bought 2 copies of Mass Effect 1, 1 copy of Mass Effect 2. I buy a copy of Mass Effect 2 for my PS3 as well.
Why?
So because I shared a room with my little brother for like years, and I had him on like the Xbox One TV, and I'd be using the PS3 and One TV. So at this point, that's 2 copies of Mass Effect 2, 2 copies of Mass Effect 1. I recently bought another copy of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 for my PC. Mm-hmm. I bought another copy of 1, 2, and 3 for my Xbox One. And I bought all the DLC all over again, both on the PC and on the Xbox.
Wow. Have you played through on all of these?
I haven't played through them all on the PC yet.
Okay.
Though I did install this like super elaborate mod to make Mass Effect 1 look like a game from now. Yeah. And then there was some kind of weird thing that if your launcher updated, then it just breaks. Oh. And it happened. Yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I had to get rid of it, and I was so pissed because it took me forever to get it installed because it was some kind of crazy elaborate stuff, and I'm not good at the PC yet. Yeah. Because I just got it. I built it with my buddy Krishna a few months ago. I bought all we built it. I mean, I bought all the pieces, and he assembled it in front of me because I'm dumb. But yeah, I've bought every one of those games and all the DLCs several times, and I'm obsessed.
You know, I asked you as if I didn't also just. As if I haven't also purchased Skyrim. Like, I've lost count how many times.
I think 5 times I've bought Skyrim too. I think I bought it like 3 times, or 2 to 3 times on the PS3 because I bought it, beat it, didn't play it for a long time, sold it to GameStop, and then I was like, damn it, I want to play it again, and then I bought it again.
And then the remaster and the HDs, and I even have the Choose Your Own Adventure one on my Google Home or whatever it is. It's terrible. Don't play it. But,
I played it once at a friend's house. Yeah, it was fun.
It loses its.
But it was bad.
Yeah,
it was fun for 2 minutes.
I like the idea of that though. Like
it is cool.
Interactive.
They could like expand upon that
story. Yeah, they just gotta make it better.
Yeah. I found the best way, in my opinion, to play Skyrim.
How's that?
With all the windows wide open in the middle of winter, while you're wearing a VR. And playing because I have it on VR and it is incredible.
For console or PC?
Console.
Fuck, that sounds dope. Actually.
It is. Let me tell you.
Do you like swing your sword too, or
you can choose to do it controller wise or that way?
Yeah.
I prefer it controller wise only because like I'm just if you use the 2-hand things, I think you have to teleport.
Oh, I see. Like
to move.
Yeah,
that gets me sick.
Yeah.
Other than that, no issues. Have you used a VR before?
I have, but never for like a good game. I've only used it for like the stock games.
It is incredible. The PSVR is awesome.
Yeah.
I remember specifically. You know what's really fun? You ever know when you're driving down a hill and you get that feeling in your stomach like, whoa. Yeah. I get that in the game. Like let's say I'm on top of I go on top of the mountains and just for fun I jump off.
Yeah.
And I look down the whole time. I'm like, oh!
That's awesome. That's so cool.
You can feel it. And I had this one video I posted on my YouTube. I got like 150 views on it. I didn't advertise it or anything. I just put it up because it was around the time Skyrim came out, the VR version. And I take on a giant in the VR. And so this is not me leveled up at all. This is I just started the game.
Just got to Whiterun.
I'm going right to Whiterun just to fight a giant because I want to see what it's like. And I go right for him, and I got like shitty bow with iron arrows, and I'm like, and it's chasing me down. I almost got it at first, but my stamina is so low. I'm like trying to run away, and I'm like, no. Yeah. And I finally realized there is no way that I can get away or beat it. So I'm just gonna embrace the death that's gonna happen. So I stop for a second. I turn around, and I just scream at someone like, I embrace death, and it comes down, and it goes. Boom! And it, it does the thing where it shoots you in the sky. It does it.
Yeah.
In the VR. So I'm like, and
so you're like seeing as you're flying through the air. That's awesome. That's really cool.
And it's happening, and I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking so cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they've like stuck with it, and I'm glad that like VR seems like it's sticking around.
Me too.
It's what I've wanted since I was like 4. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, getting a headache on the what was it? The red light Game Gear? Not a Game Gear.
You talking about the big red one?
Yeah. That just immediately gives you headaches.
I never had it, but my cousin in Colorado had it, and I went out there for like a week, and I tried it, and I was like, "Whoa!" Yeah. But like inside it was like Nintendo 64 pixels.
Yeah.
I played through the entirety of Resident Evil 7 in VR. Now I don't like watching horror movies.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit. But I was like, it was the first ever time I was like, I want to play that horror game. I pre-ordered it. Yeah. I months in advance. And I was like, I can feel this is going to be something I'm going to love. Mm-hmm. And I did it, and it was the most terrifying experience of my life.
Yeah.
Because it feels real in there, man. Yeah. It feels crazy. Skyrim VR, Resident Evil VR, those things are insanely just real in your face.
Yeah.
And, oh my god, I recorded the entire game in VR, but it was before PlayStation allowed you to record longer than 15-minute chunks.
Yep.
So I recorded all in 15-minute chunks, and I was being stupid, and I just deleted all. Like, nobody's gonna care to watch this. I could go back and do it and just cry all over again.
Yeah.
But like, I tell you, it was like every 5 minutes of me going, because whenever I play like a multiplayer game or a scary game, I scream like a little child. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm getting like, I was playing Smite earlier. And, like, I'm being chased by a guy. I got, like, 10 health. I'm like, no! And then all of a sudden my voice is like, no! I become, like, a little fucking girl. And it's hilarious. And it's so great. And the entire time of Resident Evil, I was like, oh, my God, okay, go around this corner. Oh, I don't want to. Yeah. And then pushing open a door and be like, okay! And then running away. And it is the most fun I ever had in like a horror game ever, and I don't think I'll ever want to play any horror game outside of that.
Yeah.
Because although it's like 10 times scarier, it's just like.
Did you ever play PT?
I kind of.
Yeah, that game that still freaks me out, and I know like the ins and outs and how to finish it quickly, and it's still like a scary game.
So the way that I experienced it was like I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna play that. That's scary. Mm-hmm. And then I went to on the way up here, saw my brother's girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Her and her brother, I went over to their house, and I know them like my entire life. And they're like, "Hey, why don't we go up in the attic, and we'll hook up the PlayStation, and we can play PT." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a swell time." Mm-hmm. And then, so I'm sitting down, all the lights are off. I'm like, "Ethan, it's your turn," mm-hmm. and I'm playing. I'm like, my hands are shaking. I'm like, this is terrifying. I pause it. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Do you remember Alex? He was another sub for a little while.
Oh gosh.
He had like curly, like darker hair.
I think so. Sounds familiar.
He was at my house when PT like first came out.
Yeah.
With his girlfriend, and they're like playing, and like he'd get freaked out and like hand her the controller, and how they were like getting through the level was just looking down at the floor the whole time and just like walking around and like guessing and stuff. Or when she was playing, like he'd like sit like angled so he wasn't looking direct. It was literally like when my dog's afraid and she's just like side eyeing like I'm not dealing with this. But it's funny how terrifying that was, and I'm so bummed that they didn't follow through because.
Apparently, Hideo Kojima is like, I finished Death Stranding. My next, it is heavily rumored, which by like people who are apparently reliable, that his next game is going to be a horror game.
Good.
And I'm like, look, good. Yeah. Let me see what you can make.
Yeah.
Like destroy me.
He's already destroyed me emotionally. Yes, exactly. with fucking Snake Plissken-esque characters. Like, just ruined my life with horror.
Go ahead. I remember. Oh my god. Did you play Metal Gear Solid 5 at all?
I played it a bit. I didn't finish it though.
I didn't finish it either. Mm-hmm. But I remember the very first mission with like the fire dude going to the hospital.
Yeah.
I was like, when did this become a horror game? I heard this was a stealth franchise, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, this is terrifying. Mm. I'm playing it in the dark, and I didn't know it was going to be scary, and I was like, this fucking sucks.
I love instances like that of like subverting expectations and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I don't mean to keep bringing it back to LARP stuff.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's something that like we deploy a lot. Most of the game is
that's good storytelling.
Most of the game is really like just like funny and like crazy and outrageous and like hyper violent and stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll have like really sad stories. Like,
yeah.
There's an entire plot line that it exists, and the players that choose to do it, they're like, I know that this is gonna fuck me up. I know this is gonna make me feel horrible. And then we'll have instances of really scary stuff.
Yeah.
Like really, we have one of our players. Shout out to Chris. He has one of those like runner stilts sets.
Yes. Yeah.
So we have him go out as a creature called the Atom Horror, and he's this like creature with like a blacked out like grayed like alien looking face that you can pull away, and there's like a skull underneath and stuff.
That's fucking
and
sweet.
He's like 10 feet tall when he's on stilts.
Yeah.
All black, long tendril hands and stuff. And he has very scary abilities that I don't want to spoil. But players don't expect to see something up, so they'll hear like heavy steps, but they're like looking at ground level because humans are only so tall, right? The tallest player we have is maybe 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
So like they're looking around, and we were playing at camp out in Western Mass called Togiwood. Really cool, really like rustic and like beautiful scenery. And across the camp, we just hear this horrified scream, and it was like a small scream followed by like a delay where the player was like looking up, and they saw this black mass like as they're like looking up, and then it dawned on them that that's a thing looking at them. So there's a little scream, and then we just hear this horrified scream across like 86 acres of forest.
I love it. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Scaring people's great.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, that's with that, and like you said, the emotional stuff. That is fantastic storytelling that you guys are doing there. Have you considered like maybe like doing your whole campaign thing or whatever, and then like possibly like recording it like not like video wise, like writing wise, and then turning that into a story itself?
Yes.
Because like that sounds like it would be, that's ripe for potential.
We really want to do that. I would love to get footage too and put it into
that would help with the whole process
into media. The only thing is it's already tough enough to suspend your disbelief when I'm supposed to believe that 5 foot tall person is a big scary monster.
Yeah.
And there's like a degree of like privacy, and I don't know how to put it into words, but like I don't want to violate my player and staff's sense of like this world's real kind of situation. And also like once you're on camera, a lot of people can get really uncomfortable, and I don't want them to be uncomfortable.
Well, that's why I was kind of more into like the writing part itself, not the video, because I kind of like thought about that, but not all the way through.
So what I would love to do, as far as like the writing part, is like comic style or like graphic novel style.
That'd be dope.
Of like excerpts from the Blessing, basically.
Yeah.
We have so many amazing artists that are either on our staff or our players. My wife does like some crazy artwork.
I was about to. I don't know if you draw, but I know that your wife draws, and she is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. She does some incredible art. She does like all of like the shirts and things that we have available. She designs all of that. I just say things to her, and she's like, yes, and then she draws it better than I imagined. Anyway,
I've seen. I know I've seen on her Instagram. I don't know about yours, but I'm pretty sure you post stuff too. But I've seen some of her art that you post, and I'm like, "Jeez, dude, that is gorgeous. You did an awesome job."
She's awesome.
She's
if you're looking to get a tattoo, you should go to her.
I've been looking to get another tattoo for a long time. I'm just like, I'm always like
hesitant.
Not hesitant necessarily, but like my specifically my, not that it matters because I'm a fucking adult, but my mother is very like, do you need another one right now? And then maybe I'll just wait until I move out, which is going to be sometime in the next like year and a half, 2 years. I plan on by 2022 getting my own place. But I just don't want to get one and then come around, that kind of thing. Love you, Mom. If you end up watching this, probably not, but.
Well, make it like a whole family day where everyone can go get tattoos.
Yeah, but my friends want to go do that, and I'm like, I want to so bad.
Yeah, do it.
I want to. I all I got right now is the one over here. This one.
That's cool. Actually, I think I may have seen this.
Yeah, you probably did. I've had it since I think like early senior year. I think is when I got it or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, my original plan, what I wanted to do was like left arm or like left side of body was like all like ethnicity based stuff. So I got that one, the German one that I got. It's not even the fact that I'm like mostly German, because I'm not. I'm like mainly Portuguese and stuff. But people have always told me throughout my life, because I do have German in me.
Yeah.
But I have more German features than I do like Portuguese features.
Yeah, yeah.
And people would tell me that, people who didn't even know that I am, they're like, you look it, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but thanks, I'll take it. And also, people throughout school, like since middle school, like have always called me that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's a German guy, and I'm like, I'm barely even, it's barely in my blood, but I'll
so
take
actually, I always thought this back when I was subbing too. You give me a very Brendan Fraser vibe.
I'm not even kidding. I'll tell you right now, I was.
Which is cool, by the way.
You know Savage, right? Jason Savage?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it was him that said that to me before. I think it was him. He said that to me a lot. And 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago, my friend Destiny messages me.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I saw this guy that looked like you. And I was like, oh, I usually get told I look like Brendan Fraser a lot. And she goes, oh, I don't see it. I'm like, really? Because everybody tells me that. Brendan Fraser, and for some reason I was getting Jeremy Renner for a while. I'm like, I don't see that at all.
I don't know who that is.
Hawkeye.
Oh, I can see that, yeah.
I don't see that. I don't know.
I can see that.
I'm also really bad at, like, seeing, like, similarities of people, because I see it all the time, and I'll be like, that person looks like that person. And my brother will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Not even close. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, well, that's just me.
Brendan Fraser's awesome. The Mummy is one of my favorite movies of all
I just
time.
got to get swole like him back in The Mummy. And get nice and...
Yeah.
Nice big boy.
Just start robbing museums or whatever he did.
He's also Nicolas Cage.
Yes. You do not look like Nicolas Cage.
No, I don't. I'm okay with not being looking like Nicolas Cage. Speaking of Nicolas Cage, Disney just announced National Treasure 3.
Why? Stop giving Nicolas Cage money.
What do you mean? What's wrong with Nicolas Cage?
He's rich enough already. He has a freaking island.
Isn't he poor as fuck? Didn't he lose all his money when he started going crazy?
Okay, Nicolas Cage poor is still like millions of dollars more than we will.
I swear though, I thought I saw like a documentary on him, like on I don't know, whatever channel it was, just some random channel. That was like, after he started making shitty movies, he lost like everything because he also went to debt because he like spent all his money.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm actually poor now because like he like went and blew all his money. I'm like, well, that's what you get for being a fucking idiot.
That's confusing. I don't get it. Whatever. I'm not
like
here to judge Nicolas Cage, but
Nicolas Cage, we're coming for you.
For your bank account.
Give me that money. But yeah, he just like apparently blew all his money, and I'm like, damn. Like he was like, people are always like, oh, he's a shitty actor. He's really not. No, he can when he wants to be. Like Raising Arizona, that was he got an Oscar for that shit. He could be good if he wants. He just I feel like he just doesn't care.
Yeah,
he's got his money. Well, he's probably good now, but there was apparently there was a period where he was dirt poor, and I'm like, I'll take that money any day, please.
I just saw a thing about him. He's playing Nick Cage in a movie called Nick Cage about Nick Cage.
Yes,
but like.
I'm excited to see that because I just want to know what the hell is
that. The only picture I saw from it, he's like covered in blood. So I'm like, what part of his life was this? Like, all right.
This is the part where he murdered everybody for making fun of how poor he was.
Yeah, this is the part where he lost all his money. He's just drenched in blood.
Oh fuck.
How do you get on Nicolas Cage?
I don't even know.
You're robbing a museum. That's how
yes, robbing museums. Brendan Fraser. Yeah. Speaking of Brendan Fraser and getting swole, like I was saying.
Yes.
I was going to the gym very consistently for like a couple months. I lost 20 pounds.
Congrats.
Yes. Take that congrats away though, because during all of winter I was like, oh, it's cold outside. I'm not going to walk to the gym. I'll be, And then I gained like 10 of it back. I don't know where I am now, but I imagine it's not good. I started going back like a couple days ago.
Local area gym or
right down the street? Planet Fitness.
I go there too. Yeah. We should lift things. I really like going with other humans. I feel like
if I go by myself, I find for a long time I was going by myself.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I really want somebody to help motivate me and just to go with me, even like just to like hang out and talk.
Yeah. And
I started going with my buddy Ben Doobie. I don't know if you know him, but he was like a year ahead of me. We were going together very consistently, like often, and then again winter came and we started going less and less, and we just stopped going.
Yeah. And
I started going like a couple days ago, back by myself, and I'm just like, the thing that I usually do, my like routine, is as soon as I get out of work, I go across the street, I go to McDonald's, I get a salad from McDonald's, and then I go to the gym. I do an hour and 10 minutes of cardio, and then I'll do I always forget the name. I think it's like the lat machines, like pull down. Yeah. I'll do that, and then I'll do the one that's like this. I never remember the names of them.
Butterfly press.
Yeah, something like that.
I hate cardio.
Yeah. By cardio, I mean I do like the 3.0 speed or down to 2.0 on the treadmill for an hour and 10 minutes, and that's it.
That is, I don't have the attention span for that.
I always bring something. If I didn't have like a phone or something, I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah. I like running around and like being outside. So like summertime, springtime is like my favorite because it's like I'll play like ultimate frisbee or something, or just bring my dog for like a huge hike and she dies halfway through because like I'm just like let's go. But like at the gym, I can't do cardio. It like stresses me out how like. I probably
like mind numbing.
Yeah, I probably need like to be on some medication for ADD or something. But like
what made it so bearable for me was I had Ben, so I'm on this one, he's on this one, we're right on the side of each other, and we just nonstop talk the whole time. It feels like nothing happens.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that is so helpful because again, if I didn't have that or like a phone to watch something, or I'd die. Yeah. But if you ever want to go on like a hike or a walk or anything, me and my brother during the summer, we go from my house here all the way down to the Moose Cafe, and then back, and it's real nice. We don't go into the Moose Cafe; it's all like ice cream and shit. And we try not to hold fast. But one day I came home. He's like, "Okay, you ready for the run? Let's go for it." I was like, "Yeah." And it was like 90 degrees out. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, I think we have to grab some water." He's like, "No, you don't need water." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Fuck water. We're men." Yeah. And I get there and I'm like, I need an inhaler. I'm gonna die. And he's like, "Oh, stop being a wuss." And then he starts dying too. And he's like, "Ugh." And we came home, ate an ice cream sandwich, and then jumped in the pool.
There you go. That is a cool pool you got there.
Thank you. You ever want to come by and use it? We have people come over all the time. I remember. I every now and then I have these like little get-togethers with like friends or stuff. We'll sit down. We have a fire pit outside. We'll sit around the fire at nighttime, and in the daytime we'll go in the pool. You ever want to come? Let me know.
Absolutely.
I have no problem inviting people to stuff like that. I just never know who wants to be talked to. I feel weird approaching people for conversation, but once I'm in the conversation, I'm good.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Actually, that translates well to like going to the gym too. Getting the gumption to go is like challenging sometimes. Once I'm there, I've never gone home and been like, "Oh, I really regret going." It's always worthwhile. Always. So have those conversations because they will always be worthwhile.
Yeah. I've always when it took me so long to get back into going because I was like, can't make any excuses for myself. But I went to my therapist, who I started seeing, which is very nice, by the way. If you want to talk to somebody, get a therapist. It's great. He was like, listen, if you want to go back to what you were doing and feeling good and all that shit, you gotta just go and make yourself, or else you won't go back. And I'm like, you are so right. The reason I didn't go for so long was, besides making excuses, I was like, I don't want to pay for it, and then just one day just stop going, and I'm just paying for it because I'm too stupid to go back and be like, I'm done. So I realized I was like, I'm paying for me not going. I gotta go back. And then I think I went with my girlfriend and my buddy Casey. We went one day, not even for like an hour. They had already been there for like a couple hours, and I just came in just to like talk to them. But I was like, oh, I'll work out for a little bit. And I realized, okay, I gotta come back, and I gotta get back into it, or else I am wasting so much. And I just really this is my thing I've been telling my friends for the longest time. I'd say it to my girlfriend too, but it's a joke. But I want to get into shape so I'm hot enough to reject women.
Cool. That's a goal.
Just so they come up to me and be like, "Hello, would you like to go on a date?" "Sorry, ma'am, I am taken." That kind of thing.
Well,
I make that joke all the time.
But you can do that now. You're already hot enough.
Thank you.
So there's like two ends of like the exercise spectrum. There's like celebrate the things you can do and then reward yourself. So like I worked hard today, so now I'm gonna eat a burger. Which is cool, it works for some people. Or there's a spectrum that I exist on where it's like I must punish myself for the decisions I've made. So like if I eat badly, I need to be in pain because of it. So like that's what works for me.
That's what I do. That's what I do too.
That's what works for me. That's what like drives me to like do better and eat better. Cause it's like I'm gonna punish myself anyway.
It's just the level of punishment.
Yeah. I was actually talking to my boss at LARP Box about this the other day. He's like that sounds like you're still rewarding yourself. And I explained it, and I was like, well, we were eating like some junk food at the time. And I was like, well, because I ate this, I have to go to the gym tomorrow morning. I have to wake up early and I have to punish myself. And he's like, oh, that's terrible. I'm like, but it's how my brain works. Like, I don't associate like positive reinforcement with progress. I associate keeping at negatively reinforcing myself to like, yeah, I'm on track. So like, being sore is good.
Yeah. Recently, what I've been doing is I'll like look at how many calories are in something. Like for example, like I go over to McDonald's. Like I said, I'll have a salad. And I'll get like a low fat yogurt or something to go with it, and I'll see how much calories was in that yogurt. It's like 150 or something like that. And then I'll go and I'll be like, okay, now I got to work off that yogurt. So I like one of the reasons I like the cardio machine so much is that it tells you how many calories you're going. Yeah. And I'll be like, I'm gonna hit that 150 and go over it. So basically, I burn off what I ate. And if you're the male body, it's like 1,900 calories and under is losing weight, and anything above is gaining weight. I think, or something like that. Or it's like I think 2,000 is staying even. Yeah, pretty. And it's like 2,500 or something like that.
I mean, it varies. Like
people are different, but it's just like a basic thing that like basic science thing that I read.
So I hate counting calories and keeping track of stuff.
I always forget. I mean, when I don't forget, I just don't do it, and I go, oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah, that's why I like lifting heavy objects, because it punishes you, which is good. And then the stronger you get, the more muscle mass you grow, the better your metabolism gets. So you kind of have to worry less about like the food you're taking in. You still have to make sure you're taking in nutritious food to heal your body. Yeah, but lifting things. So if we go together, I'm gonna try to convince you to lift things.
Do it. The only reason I don't is because I'd rather have somebody there with me. Yep. And also, I get nervous when lifting things only because I injured myself a couple years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago now. I ripped a hole in my stomach. Yikes. In the stupidest way. That chair over there, I don't sit in that chair anymore because I ripped a hole in my stomach getting out of that chair. Wow. Just getting up.
That's a dangerous chair. That's a cursed item.
Yeah. That's why it has all my trash on it right now. My trash is just closed. That very clean clothes.
Yeah. And they're nicely folded.
Yes, my sister helped me.
Don't let him don't underestimate.
Yes.
Him. That's a terrible sentence.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was like, I bribed my sister to help me fold those clothes.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Bribery. Yes. Guilty.
But yeah, I'm afraid. I'm always afraid that I'm gonna like hurt myself again. So I try to go like easy on like the lifting. Back in Durfee, I was able to lift my own weight in bench.
Damn.
I was 245 and I could lift 245.
Holy smokes, man.
Yeah. And even then, I wasn't going to the gym or anything. I could just naturally do that, and I was like, oh, I'm the coolest dude ever. And then now, if I go and I try to lift 100 pounds, if I bench, I'll probably cry. Not really, but you know. I don't know how much I can bench now. I haven't tried.
Yeah, I've never been strong. I'm built like a bird. I definitely got that side of my genes from my mom's side. Yeah. My uncles, my grandfather, my aunts and stuff. Yeah. They're all like slight build and stuff, and not very like muscle bound. Yeah. My dad's side's on the opposite spectrum. He's like very broad shoulders, very strong and stuff. My sister's probably like pound for pound stronger than me. Yeah. But I wish I was like stronger. So like I work really hard at it.
Yeah. You keep working, you'll get it for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with those genes, they're in you. You just gotta lock them.
Yeah.
Like experience points. Like experience points.
Convince your body to just tap into those genes. But
there's a well.
But like what I have seen is the more I've done like lifting and stuff, my cardio was always like pretty good. And now like I can run forever. Like at Ultimate Frisbee and stuff, like I'm not really good at throwing the Frisbee. Like everyone's there. It's like, oh, you got to put your hand different ways and stuff. And I'm just like, what I'm really good at is running everywhere like a maniac and just slapping things. And instead of forcing myself to be good at the other parts that I'm not good at, I'm just gonna like work extra hard to run faster and not get tired.
I used to be pretty good at cardio, but then I gained a bunch of weight and shit. And I think that one of the reasons I do cardio the most is because I'm trying to get better. I also have like a very slight tinge of asthma. It's not too bad. I've never had an asthma attack my entire life. My dad has it. all my siblings have it, just at least just a little bit.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just makes running like rough. Though I'll still like keep going, just be like the whole time. But yeah, I'm definitely down to just get more physically fit. I've been trying for a little while now. Like I said, I lost 20 pounds, and then I started slacking. I just want to be fit. I just want to be strong. I'll be a strong boy.
Everyone needs to get a creative outlet and get strong.
Get strong and artistic.
And dangerous. Everyone needs to be dangerous.
Just be able to murder people with your hands. Yeah. Bludgeon.
Everyone should aim to be a combination of like Wolverine and who's like a creative one?
Picasso.
All right.
The mutant Picasso.
Is that a thing?
No, I made that up.
All right. Well, it's my favorite mutant now.
Is there
it's just Wolverine.
Is there?
It's Wolverine with like a shitty mustache.
But he paints with his claws.
Yes. He tears through canvases and he gets mad. Anyway, get swollen by a paintbrush. That's
exactly. Let's see. What do we got? Get out of here.
Wow, that's a busy phone screen.
What do you mean? Yeah, like a lot of notification lights.
Not that this is exciting content for your viewers, but like this is my phone screen.
Yeah,
I consolidate, so like media, productivity, and
yeah, I don't like consolidating when it comes to only when it comes to my phone. It just bothers me. Right now, I am doing audiobooks for myself. By that I mean nobody's asked me to. I thought I'll go out of my way to make one, and currently I'm doing it for The Witcher.
Cool.
The book. I have almost every single one of them. It's going very slowly because it's a lot to do.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not necessarily going to do an audiobook. I want to do it more like a radio show.
Cool.
So there's no I don't want narration. Yeah. Like I'm going to skip all the narrating parts, just the sound effects and the conversations.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that would be really sweet. I don't think anybody really does that kind of thing. So I was doing
that. I listen to a lot of audiobooks at work, or like I work in Boston every weekend, so like on my drives up and back, I'll put on audiobooks and things like that. But a audio show sounds really cool. That sounds really cool.
And I was trying to figure out. I'm talking to my friends a lot about it. Not specifically. I didn't actually. You're the first person I told that I'm actually doing that.
Cool.
So there we go. That's the announcement, and that's for you. I wanted to get a cast of people, and originally I was going to do it with the Halo book series because I have that, and then I realized that there's a lot of female characters, and I don't know enough women. I have my girlfriend and like 4 other friends, and none of them have the want to necessarily do that. Not that I asked every single one of them. Some of them said yes, and they're. But I just like there's a big cast of people.
So you're looking for cast essentially.
Yeah, I want to do it multiple different books. I wouldn't mind doing it. Yeah, basically yes.
All right, here's how I could guarantee you some high quality people.
Yeah.
You're in the Blessing group page, right?
Yes, I am.
Make a post. Just be like, hey, I just had to sit down with Zach, and I'm working on a thing, and I need voice actors. I guarantee you will get some awesome folks.
I'll do that for sure. I gotta focus on picking the project first. I think I might do. For now, I'm gonna put the Witcher thing as a thing that's like kind of low key.
Yeah.
For myself for a bit because it's gonna take a long ass time to do that specific one. I feel like I could, if I want to do like I got like so many book series. I got Star Wars. I got Game of Thrones. I got Gears of War, Halo. I got all these book series and stuff, and all of them could be much easier to get sounds for and get people to do them because, for example, I don't know if I was to do the Halo ones, I got all the video games, so I could do a private match by myself, shoot guns and stuff to make noises and stuff, and that would be, no matter which one I do, they're all going to take ages to actually make by myself.
Yeah.
To do all the editing and all that shit because I do. Whenever my friends like have videos and stuff, I do editing. Not that I have like some kind of in-depth system. I don't. For the longest time, I was using Windows Movie Maker, but I knew how to use little tricks to edit them the way you would do it on like a bigger editing software because I didn't have that. So I'm just like I'm using shitty little things I'm probably going to be doing like shitty tricks to edit this as well. Not that I'm going to edit it much as a podcast, but you know, during the down times, you know, fix it or
make us have blue skin and stuff.
We
are Billie Eilish's mom.
Yes, we are. We are Justicars. I got to Photoshop us some really hot bodysuits on, just like her.
Very cool. Actually, so you mentioned it earlier how it'd be cool to have like books or like content or from like our game.
Yeah.
The idea that you're talking about now for like creating content for LARPs would be really fucking cool. Like writing like short scenes and stuff, and having having like voice actors and that way of delivering story through ways other than just like telling and like
like you have your the Blessing LARP page on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and all that shit. You could, I guarantee you could, if you were to do that, whether in look how I was saying like radio style, or if you were just to I don't know what sites you could post books on or anything like that, but you could write the scenes out, that kind of thing, post them. Those would blow up. People would like that kind of stuff. Besides the group of people you already have that enjoy all that, people would love that.
Yeah,
I tell you, and even
hopefully. So like I really want to create more content and stuff, and like I have some friends that are like really good at being, you know, like a YouTube presence and stuff, and talking about the things they like. It's scary for me. Like it's like scary to kind of like take that like plunge and like dive in.
Yeah, I feel that way sometimes. I don't know if you saw like the video I posted of me just doing outtakes. Me just swearing a bunch of times because I just like I'm like fucking I hate myself. I'm trying to do stuff and I'm trying to be funny, and then I'm realizing that like I'm trying too hard, and then I'm being stupid. So then I'll get mad and I'll delete a part or something, or I don't like the way that I did this one part, so I deleted it and try again. And that's also why I purchased those sunglasses, those that I wear in the video.
Yeah, I saw that post.
I bought those specifically to wear them in videos so I could feel better about the way about you know how I feel.
Yeah.
Like I always have this weird thing where like the placement of my eyes and just my face in general.
I can understand that. I'm way less cool than when I'm in a costume. When I'm in a costume and I'm like, oh, I'm this character, and like we were saying earlier, like I was saying earlier with like if you're a wizard talking analogy, to the art, like I get it.
It's
like,
confidence booster.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like not necessarily hiding, but like having the little like thin veil of something over you makes you more confident. And if you really wanted to, like if let's say you wanted like for your whole blessing thing, which I love the thought of you doing more creations in that space. Let's say you I think just going through my mind right now, you wanted to do like stories type thing. Let's say you do the little kind of like the radio show that I'm thinking about. You do that, right? And at the beginning, let's say it's like you dressed up in like your I don't know, like that vampire getup you had that one time, or one of your cool getups in front of a fireplace, kind of in like a you know kind of thing, reading the story almost, kind of being like, oh hello, this is the story of that, and then that story plays out, and that kind of cool thing. I imagine that would be
really cool.
That makes me. I see you doing that kind of thing.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I could see you doing that. You know, that would be sweet. And even if obviously you wouldn't be the only person in it because you have multiple characters, you have different people doing different things. But even if it was the only video portion of that, so let's say like it's an audio show only, even if the only video part was just the opening of you sitting down somewhere being like, hello, this is the story of this, blah blah, kind of like it's like the crypt keeper, or the kind of like that, like the narrator at the beginning, like, hello, welcome to this.
There's a cool like collaborative storytelling on the TikTok platform.
I actually just downloaded it last week because I was bored one day and I was like, I have nothing to do, I'll try that. I haven't seen that. There's
a storyline essentially called A Sunderland. There's a LARPer who they make like these like really good content, and folks from like all over the world are kind of like collaboratively like telling that like story together and stuff.
That's sweet.
one of the things that I want to do with that mill space in the area that I was talking about is one of the things I would like to offer is like a place where folks can go and have a cool set with props and costumes and stuff on hand to like go tell your story, like go create your thing. As much as I like being characters interacting, I really like the producing side of things. One of my favorite things at a Blessing LARP weekend is going into the mod building with like two of my best buds, making stupid jokes while we build sets and like put things up and be like, oh, we can get players to come here and stuff, and like
cool.
It's not even the game itself, it's like the behind the scenes, but it's so much fun.
Always, although I love my whole like voice acting thing, that by far is like my life, like high happiness thing. You know, the top tier, like that's what that if I had the chance to like be in a game, be in a cartoon, something like that, that is the ultimate achievement. But I also love the behind the scenes stuff too. When I was for a while, I was in a technical theater Durfee for a little bit with Mr. Bigelow, and that was a fun time. And I loved. I was helping paint the sets. I was helping put stuff around. That shit's fun.
It is, and I like giving people an outlet to go be the main character more than I want to be the main character. I feel like in my like day to day, I'm already the main character. So like instances where I get to just be the shopkeep to make the adventurer more badass. I love that. I want to be people's fairy godmother. Like, what do you feel you're not good at? Bullshit, you're great at it. Let's get you like I don't know. And I want to do that, and I want your help with that because
I will gladly help you in any endeavor creatively.
Hell yeah.
Other endeavors if you would like, if you need help. But yeah, man, anything if you were interested in doing anything that we just talked about at all, I'm your man, there to help you out.
Hell yeah.
Any type of that makes me very happy, and I'd love to help in any way.
Dope. We're gonna create some cool shit then.
Sounds good.
Take that, the world.
Fuck you, Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I see you.
Stealing shit from museums.
Trying. Poor ass.
He's gonna sue us.
I know.
We're fucked.
I think that's actually a great
cut it right at. He's gonna fuck us up.
Yeah, fuck Nick Cage. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for coming by. I appreciate everything you guys do, just checking this out. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you
coming
very
by.
much. Thank you. This was a lot of fun.
I loved having you.
I loved being here. This was great.
Peace out, guys. See ya.